This diagram maps out the financial weight of typical car ownership. When you stack the monthly interest, vehicle depreciation, insurance premiums, and fuel, the average annual cost to own a new vehicle exceeds $12,000. For that price, the asset spends roughly 95% of its life parked. It sits idle in underground structures like this one, losing value while occupying expensive real estate. Metropolitan life is shifting away from this requirement. As remote work becomes a standard corporate fixture and cities redesign their cores to prioritize pedestrian infrastructure, the daily commute is becoming an optional relic for millions of professionals. This creates a massive utility gap. You may not need a machine on standby 24 hours a day, but you still require a way to transport heavy groceries or reach a trailhead on the weekend. The current model of individual ownership is a structural mismatch for this new reality. It is a high-cost solution for a low-frequency need. Real estate developers are responding by treating transportation as a building-wide amenity rather than a personal burden. In markets like Salt Lake City, new residential listings are featuring communal electric vehicles reserved exclusively for tenants. In these models, a 20-hour monthly allotment is built directly into the rent. This approach shifts transportation from a heavy fixed cost into a fluid utility. It provides the 5% of driving time a modern urbanite actually needs without the overhead of the other 95%. It suggests that the premium in modern housing is no longer about owning every tool you use, but having guaranteed, burden-free access to them. By offloading a personal vehicle, households redirect thousands of dollars annually toward investments. Developers see a larger impact. Cities enforce minimum parking ratios, requiring specific stalls per apartment door. Building just one subterranean stall can cost up to $80,000. By integrating a shared EV fleet, developers can often negotiate for lower parking mandates. Cutting even one level of a parking garage saves millions in upfront construction costs. The property also becomes more competitive. A turnkey car-sharing ecosystem allows management to command higher rents and increases tenant lease renewals. At a grassroots level, residents in existing multifamily buildings are forming private cooperatives to share a single, high-quality vehicle rather than maintaining several underutilized ones. The trend is growing because it creates a mutual financial surplus. It optimizes the most expensive, least used asset in the average household budget. This visualization shows how insurtech firms are solving the liability hurdle. They are creating fractional policies that shift coverage dynamically between the vehicle hub and whoever is actively behind the wheel. To maintain car quality, buildings use integrated sensors. Automated tracking holds each user accountable for the interior condition and battery level during their reservation window. Algorithmic scheduling manages peak demand, such as Saturday mornings. By using credit systems and reservation caps, the building ensures that access remains equitable for everyone. This also ensures a closed-loop maintenance cycle. EVs are kept on site and connected to dedicated chargers so they are ready for the next scheduled user. Technology has effectively automated the trust required for a community asset, making fractional ownership as predictable as a private garage. This diagram illustrates the environmental logic of the shift. Replacing dozens of individual gas-powered vehicles with 2 high-utilization electric cars significantly reduces the total carbon footprint of the building. On a citywide scale, this reduces the pressure to cover the urban landscape in asphalt. When fewer people need personal parking, cities can rethink how they use that land. We are beginning to see the spatial dividend of this change. Land once reserved for idle cars can be converted into green parks, new housing units, or outdoor social spaces. In high-density markets, the long-standing assumption that every resident must own a private vehicle is facing its first major economic challenge. By sharing these large assets, residents can access new financial flexibility while helping to create a more human-centric urban environment. For more strategies on navigating the shifting real estate landscape, subscribe to the Real Estate Crunch YouTube channel and sign up for our newsletter at the link below.